to get the gracious invitation from Param Pujani Sar Sangchalak Dr. Mohan Bhagavatji to be here on this occasion, an auspicious occasion of Vijayadashami. And it's a privilege for me to address this admirable audience on the threshold of the five-fold transformation Panch Parivartan process. It was great to live a day in this virtuous ambience of self-discipline and selfless service at Smriti Mandir and pay homage to the founder Param Pujaniya Dr. Hedgewarji. And I also had the occasion to visit his house and the place of his birth yesterday. It's a combination of simplicity and greatness. I recall that way back in January 2016 at the Akhil Bharati Shring Vadya Shibir held in Bangalore, 2,000 Swayam Sevaks from various parts of the country merged their minds to the finest level in time, tempo, and tone. This day, it's a unique experience to witness the harmony of valor and determination all around from the morning. And thank you for this amazing feeling. I would say a few words about the takeaways from India's space odyssey. Human civilizations have striven to understand our place in the universe and look to the heavens for answers to the question, where do we come from? Where are we going? Are we alone in the universe? Jantar Mandir, an astronomical observation site built by Maharaja Jai Singh II in Jaipur during the 18th century and presently inscribed as one of the UNESCO's World Heritage Sites, is an expression of the astronomical skills and cosmological concepts of a scholarly past of India. At the dawn of modern space age, in the early 1960s, India ventured into space activity, but with a difference. India opted to be society-centric in its pursuit under the legacy of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahma Prakash, great inspiring leaders. Pristine brains from across the length and breadth of the country flocked around at ISRO to do rocket science. And stalwarts of the first generation laid the bedrock of space technology and applications in India. Professor U.R. Rao, Dr. Abdul Kalam, and Professor Yashpal led our first three major projects, Aryabhatta, SLV3, and the site experiment. And that was a bold start to the saga. India made prominent and deep engagements for use of space technology for sustainable human well-being and made foray into the strategic imperatives of the country. Earth-oriented application satellites became the bedrock of national communication infrastructure and natural resources management. Space technology touched every Indian's life, including the farmers and the fishermen, with significant socio-economic impact. And Atmanirbharata, self-reliance, has been our obsession from the past, not just an objective. In recent times, Indian space probes have reached out to the lunar surface, Chandrayaan-3. into the Martian orbit and the Lagrangian point 1 of the Sun-Earth system, that is Aditya mission. Indian human spaceflight is in the offing. The captains of the current generation space in India are making every Indian proud. The mere presence of two former chairmen ISRO in this forum today shows the importance that the country is providing to the space. And the current generation are mentoring the new gen leaders of space who will take India into the aspirational heights of Bharatiya Antariksha Station and finally putting an Indian on moon by 2040. And saga would continue. Now the message is, what are the takeaways from this space odyssey? There are a few. First and foremost, we shared a vibrant vision and our pragmatic role in the national context. Next, we set tough goals and tough schedules for ourselves and tried to meet them. The important part is to set goals rightly at the personal level and the institutions level. Next, ingenuity and prudence of resources became our uniqueness. We learned from failures and also from successes and developed resilience to leapfrog in adversities with preparedness for all imaginable scenarios. We imbibed the power of self-belief and team excellence. And transformational leadership continued with a sublime combination of the wisdom of elders and innovative power of the younger generation. And in the emerging world order, India would hold a prominent place in space applications, space exploration, space habitat, and exploitation of celestial resources. So this has been an odyssey of selfless service to the nation. Let me just ponder over the issues of technology security. Technology and applied sciences are engines of economic growth and the confluence of big science and deep technology. They are becoming increasingly relevant to solve the most formidable problems of the nation. And India has made commendable strides in space and several other areas of science and technology. However, in the evolving technology-centric world, we need a rapid transformation from technology dependence to technology adequacy and technology lead across core socio-economic sectors and strategic sectors. A renewed emphasis on materials, engineering, and manufacturing technology are crucial to achieve these targets of technology security. Technology is advancing exponentially, and presently we live in a technology-fueled transformative era. As per the survey of World Economic Forum, half-life of skills is below 5 years, or even half for many of the areas. And the big picture is the narrative of a future from a technological perspective, and which seems to evolve around 7 major areas: artificial intelligence, boundless connectivity, blockchain technology, quantum computing, metaverse, synthetic biology, and aerospace systems. And the next decade will witness the 6th and possibly the 7th industrial revolution. And it is imperative that we reinvent ourselves in shorter time scales and stay relevant, aside providing proactive regulations to ensure a secure world. And technology must have a human face. We should be sensitive to the humanitarian impacts of technological interventions. And the cardinal question is how technology will make a difference to the life of the users. And there is always a lingering question whether society with various and varying geographies and demography, like in India, is ready to embrace technologies without distrust. In other words, is our society future ready? And the major responsibility of this is with the educational institutions. And already in the educational institutions, technology has made a big difference in the way education is delivered. And if you look at our higher education system, they are in a state of transition in the positive direction. Delightfully, an amazing national educational policy, NEP 2020, to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and to mold global citizens with critical thinking, conceptual understanding, and human values. And it aims to bring out the unique capabilities of each student to suit the needs of the 21st century, and rightly with holistic, flexible, and multidisciplinary education at school and college levels. Internationalization of higher education, that is another important aspect that has come up now. Indian higher education institutions have started opening campuses abroad, and today we have abroad. Transformative reforms in strengthening the periodic assessment and accreditation of the higher education institutions, that's underway. And the important thing is we are looking at not only the input but the and finally the impact they make into the society. And I said we are in a state of transition, and there is a huge emphasis today on research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And the recently enacted Anusandhan National Research Foundation would foster a concomitant research ecosystem in the country. Let me now change to sharing my life lessons with the youth. Performing arts and imbibing spiritual heritage helped me with value-centric personal decisions in life and for mindful leadership in frontiers of space science and technology. And music helps me to remain as an eternal student. I was exposed to Bhagavad Gita in my younger days when I was in class 6. I was enacting the role of Arjuna in Gita-upadesh, where the mind is not there with you, there is no use of all the power that we have. That's what we learned there. But I started appreciating Bhagavad Gita from then, and it has helped me in my life to keep my composure in tough times and to regenerate myself. I'm still a student of that. I try to understand, interpret, and see the applicability in life. Let me share a couple of points from Bhagavad Gita that's applicable to the youth. The chapter 16 of Bhagavad Gita begins with an exclusive list of noble traits in a cultured person. Ayam Sattva Samshuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastava Arjavam. Fearlessness, Abhayam. Sattva Samshuddhi, purity of heart. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, steadfastness in the knowledge. Dhanam, understandable. Dhammam, control of the senses. Yajna, the sacrifice. Swadhyaya, self-study of scriptures. Tapa, asceticism. And Arjavam, uprightness. From Abhayam to Arjavam. And Swami Chinmayananda in his commentary indicates that sincerely pursued and consciously lived, these ethical values and moral beauties contribute to a better expression of the diviner possibilities in a person which generally is dormant. Bhagavad Gita concludes with an observation of Sanjaya, which is important. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhudir Dhruvanidhi Madir Mama. That means we need both the Dhanurdhari and the Yogeshwara. While we have technology, we also need to have the ideals on how we make use of it. A knife in the hand of a surgeon saves a life. But that knife in the hand of a bad person will be a problem for the humanity. And let me conclude now. And inspire them to be a sensitive individual to the society, our nation, and humanity at large, and live up to leading a legacy. Thank you for giving me a great opportunity and to be amongst you on this great auspicious day. And once again, I thank Param Pujaniya Satsangacharya Dr. Mohan Bhagwat for this opportunity. Thank you.
उपविषय की आज्ञा आने के पश्चात कोई चिंता किए बिना उपविष्ट करना।
आज के कार्यक्रम के प्रमुख अतिथि पद्मभूषण डॉक्टर कोपिल राधाकृष्णन जी, विदर्भ प्रांत के माननीय संघचालक, माननीय सहसंघचालक महोदय, नागपुर महानगर के माननीय संघचालक जी, उपस्थित सभी श्रद्धेय संतगण, देश विदेश से यहाँ पर इस कार्यक्रम को देखने पधारे हमारे अतिथिगण, नागरिक सज्जन, माता भगिनी एवं आत्मीय स्वयंसेवक बंधु, इस विजयादशमी को यानी आज के दिन अपने कार्य के 100वें वर्ष में संघ पदार्पण कर रहा है। इसीलिए शायद आज के उत्सव को देखने के लिए समय से पहले ही पर्जन्यराज भी उपस्थित हो गए और इसलिए स्वयंसेवकों को थोड़ी देर खड़ा रहना पड़ा। विशेष महत्व का वर्ष इसलिए भी है, पिछले वर्ष इसी पर्व पर हमने महारानी दुर्गावती जी का स्मरण किया था, उनके गुणों के लिए। ऐसा ही दूसरा एक सच्चरित्र पुण्य श्लोक अहिल्याबाई होळकर, उनकी ये 300वीं जन्म जयंती चल रही है। एक उत्कृष्ट राज्यकर्ता जिसकी शील संपन्नता का आदर्श सबके सामने हो, ऐसे एक महिला अत्यंत विपरीत परिस्थिति में राज्य चलाती है, रणनीति के कौशल का परिचय देती है, अपने राज्यों को संभालती ही है, परंतु अखिल भारतीय दृष्टि होने के कारण सारे देश में धर्म संस्कृति का उत्थान हो, इस दृष्टि से जगह जगह मंदिर बनवाती है, घाट बनवाती है, धर्मशालाओं का पुनरुज्जीवन करती है। और इस प्रकार संस्कृति संरक्षण में, धर्म संरक्षण में स्वयं निस्पृह रह के अपने लिए कुछ न करते हुए और एक आदर्श उपस्थित करती है राज्यकर्ता का भी और भारतीय नारी के कर्तृत्व का एक फिर प्रतीक ऐसा उनके जीवन के निमित्त हमारे सामने खड़ा होता है, उनका हम स्मरण करते हैं। ऐसे ही स्वामी महर्षि दयानंद सरस्वती का 200वां जन्म जयंती का वर्ष चल रहा है। हम जानते हैं कि लंबी गुलामी के बाद भारत का जो पुनरुत्थान शुरू हुआ, उस पुनरुत्थान के पीछे जो शक्तियां थी उनमें से एक स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती है। लोगों में सही धर्म क्या है उसका सत्य प्रकाश उनके बुद्धि में जाए, अपने मूल को समझकर काल सुसंगत धर्म का आचरण वो करे और अपने लिए स्वतंत्रता प्राप्त कर ले। इसलिए जनों की जागृति का एक महाप्रयास उन्होंने किया। उसकी प्रेरणा में से आगे चल के भारत के जीवन के सभी क्षेत्रों में कई प्रकार के आंदोलन भी हुए। ऐसा एक पुण्य चरित्र उनके भी स्मरण का आज वर्ष है। स्वतंत्र देश होना है, देश वैभव संपन्न होना है, तो प्रजा में चारित्र्य चाहिए। अभी अध्यक्ष महोदय जी ने जिस दैवी गुण संपद का उल्लेख किया, अभयम सत्व संशुद्धि, वही है व्यक्तिगत और सामाजिक चारित्र्य, राष्ट्रीय चारित्र्य, जिनके बलबूते देश बड़ा होता है। पाबना में, आज के बांग्लादेश में, उस समय के पूर्व बंगाल में जन्मे श्री श्री अनुकूल चंद्र ठाकुर होम्योपैथी के डॉक्टर थे, आध्यात्मिक साधक थे।